If someone betrayed you, right, lied to you, disrespected you, and moved on, in your mind, you're probably thinking, oh, they're gone. They moved on. They don't care what they did to me. But what if I told you that that's not true? What if I told you that a lot of people are having a hard time recovering after betraying you? Would you believe me? And I know it sounds crazy because the way they were moving, right? The way they were acting, you would never think that they feel any type of way about what they did to you. So let's talk about it because honestly, family, when people betray you, the type of person you are, man, please, they live with that regret. You are kind, nice, wonderful, have so much to offer. The chosen one, real talk. You are absolutely the chosen one. And these people do not understand the type of time you were on, the blessing you've been in their entire lives. They were not ready for it. And so now they betrayed you. And it appears that they're so happy. It appears that they moved on, but I promise you that's not the case. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, family. People know what they lost, man. I know they try to make you feel like you are not the thing. I know they try to make you feel like they are superior to you. I know they try to make you feel like you are not as important as they are, but that is not the case. And when they betray you, y'all, I promise you, they feel it. And maybe they don't feel it initially. Maybe when they're in your lives, they act like you're common, like you're just like everybody else. Real talk. Like my homeboy said, you took her to eat a 5-course meal and she thought she can get that anywhere. So a lot of these people are out here thinking they can easily find you, thinking they can go out here and find you anywhere and anyone. And that is not the case. So now these people have time to sit and to think about what they did because you were genuine. People are not like you. Real talk. Outside people are not inside people. You were genuine, yo. Real talk. Loyal, super loyal. A lot of these people, you help them. You help them with their finances, their kids, their lives, their jobs, everything, man. You did everything for these people. And so then when your absence was felt by them, when you removed yourself, you know what I mean? When the situation was done and through, they feel it. And maybe it took them a bit longer to feel it than average, but they feel it, y'all. And I'm telling you, they do because they don't make people like you anymore. So now these people are out here. They outside, y'all. Make it make sense. Run it back. They outside. And they really thought that it would be better for them. They thought that not being with you, oh, they would be cool. They just knew. They knew they would be cool. It was like, yo, whatever, another relationship didn't work out, whatever. No, that's not the case. Not you. You a whole chosen one out here, a whole blessing out here. And they failed to realize that until it was too late. And people like you don't just come across that often. So when they lost you, man, please, they lost something rare. They lost a whole blessing. I'm telling you, they lost a diamond. Real talk, because that's who you are. Truth be told, these people are not just dealing with losing you. They're dealing with realizing the person that you actually are. They're realizing who you are, and it's a little too late. And we all know this to be true, family. Guilt doesn't just go away. Guilt doesn't just disappear. Nah, it gets buried. It gets buried in their minds. And here's the truth. People don't just forget that they hurt someone who didn't deserve it. Nah, they knew you didn't deserve it. Like I said earlier, after all you've done with these people and for these people, they didn't just forget what they did to you. They didn't just forget that they hurt you. I'm telling you, they're sitting and it's playing in their minds over and over like, man, why did I do him like that? Like he didn't even deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Why did I hurt her in that way? She really didn't deserve it. So they're sitting here with their thoughts and they can act all day like they're not, but they are though. Because people love to distract themselves. I'm telling you, instead of sitting and thinking about the wrong they did, they love to distract themselves. Now they sitting here scrolling and scrolling, right? Or maybe they're in a new situation. Listen, let me see how that gonna work. I promise you. And I'm not even being a hater. Like they're in a whole new situation because they thought that that's what it took to get over you. And they really thought that they could move on so easily, but that wasn't the case. And they want to act like it didn't matter all day. Okay. They act like it didn't matter, but the reality is it did though. Because what did you do to deserve that? And here's the thing, and I'm serious when I say this. We know that nobody's perfect, right? We all make mistakes. But you didn't deserve to be snaked out the way they did you. You didn't deserve to be played in your face the way that they did. You know what I mean? They played in your face and you didn't deserve that. Not after all the blessings that you brought to their lives. And the reality is a lot of times people see and they feel what they did. So now they're looking at their lives. Things aren't working out. All of a sudden, things aren't working out. They're looking at their phone, hoping and wishing and praying it was you. It's not. They're looking at their text messages. No text from you. Real talk. Matter of fact, no one's texting them. I'm telling you, you were the one in these people's lives giving them all that energy. You were the one making these people feel important. You were the one making them feel loved. Man, please. These people out here ain't hitting these people up like you used to hit them up. These people out here are not concerning themselves with these people. They're just not, because that's just not how it goes. So deep down, that guilt that they're feeling is staying with them. Because real talk, you can run from a person all day, but you cannot run from what you did to that person. You can't. And here's what's interesting, family. These people broke the image of themselves, meaning they broke how they see themselves. A lot of people out here think that they're really good people. I promise you, a lot of people out here think that they are good people, right? Wonderful, kind. Like they literally think that they can do people wrong, but that they are really good people. But because they betrayed you, who truly is a good person, because they betrayed somebody good, now they have internal conflict. Because you can't say that you're a good person, but then do a good person wrong. It don't work that way. So they're conflicted in their minds and going back and forth and trying to figure out who they truly are, because it ain't a good person. You know what I mean? Not to speak bad about these people, but how can you say that you're a good person, but you do a good person wrong? It doesn't add up. Because truth be told, they hurt someone who didn't hurt them, and that someone was you. So no, family, they just didn't betray you. They betrayed the version of themselves that they thought that they were. Real talk. And not only did they hurt you, they hurt themselves. Now they trust themselves a little less. Think about it. If they can't keep moving as if they're so great and so good when they know they did you dirty. Now they got all that internal conflict. Now they're feeling bad within. And I know that's hard to believe. I know it's hard to believe when you dealt with a person that was super, super arrogant. I know that's hard to believe when you dealt with a person that you felt like had no emotions or just don't care. But I'm telling you they do, yo. And they may not communicate that to you, but that's facts. How could they not? Because something inside of them shifts too. And they realize, man, I'm not as great as I think I am. I'm not as superior as yo, I'm telling you, folk be so fake out here. They're really realizing that they're not that great. You know what I mean? You were making them feel like they were great. They had a false sense of self dealing with you. You were making them feel like kings and queens out here. I'm telling you. And so now they stepped in your anointing, thought it was their own, and thought that they were better. Man, please. So now that you're gone, now what? Now they're sitting, thinking of how horrible they were to you. Real talk. And they may not communicate that to you. And like I said earlier, they're distracting themselves with so many things so that they don't have to think about what they did. Because when someone breaks your trust, they also break trust within themselves, whether they want to admit it or not. They're having a hard time recovering after betraying you, because now regret is starting to sit in. Regret is setting in. It is creeping up. Regret is creeping up because now they're comparing everybody to you. What do they think this was going to be, yo? Folk out here are so they are literally comparing everybody they meet to you because you set the bar and the standard so high. I'm trying to tell you what I know. You set the bar and the standard so high. And sometimes, family, it's hard to see yourself that way when you are just you, when you're just moving about in life, being the good person that you truly are, when you're sitting out here living a life that you are, helping everyone, doing all the good things. It's hard to see yourself as amazing because you don't think about it. You are just you. But I'm telling you, these people are out here comparing every single person to you, and they're coming up short. Look, y'all, these people are coming up so short. Again, there is no prototype, yo. There is no other you. Where? Wait, let me get closer when I tell you this. There is no other you. These people can go out here and try to replace you all day. They're going to come up short each and every time, and that's on everything. Because now that you're gone, they're realizing everyone's not like you. They're not. Everyone is not like you. Everyone doesn't love the same, family. Some people show no emotions. Some people just don't care. Everyone doesn't want commitment. So these people are out here realizing like, man, I think I came up short and I messed up. I think I lost the best thing that I ever had. And the regret is setting in because they know they did you wrong. Yo, I always say this, and I'm going to say it again. People are not stupid, right? We sit out here and think people are dumb. People are not dumb. People know exactly what they're doing. People know exactly what they did when they decided to hurt you. People knew that they were going to betray you before they betrayed you. I promise you that. And we want to sit here and give people credit and make excuses. Oh, they didn't know, and this, that, and the third. Listen, people knew exactly what they were doing, y'all. And so now the regret is setting in, and they're feeling oh so bad about what they did because it's affecting their self image. They went out here and compared you to everyone else. They came up short, and they always will, because not everyone loves the same. Like I said, not everyone is like you. Not everyone is so caring. And suddenly these people are realizing it, and you're standing out even more. And they may not miss you at first. Oh, but they're going to understand you later. They're going to understand you later. They may not miss you at first, you know what I mean? But they see what it is, because your absence forces reflection. These people have no choice but to sit and think about the wrong that they did, yo. And I really believe that to be the ultimate curse, that people have nothing but time to sit and think about their wrong. And days go by, weeks, months, years, and they're still thinking about what they did to you, because everyone doesn't get another chance to be in your life. You know what I mean? Everyone doesn't get that second chance. So these folks are sitting and sitting and sitting and realizing that this is not that, because the comfort is gone. Like I said earlier, they look at it in their phone. You're not calling them. You're not sending them a million text messages. And they were so used to you doing that. And they liked it. You know what I mean? Real talk. They liked it. Them folk love when you were hitting them up. They love the calls and the texts and all the things you used to do. They like to look at their phone, see you call so they can ignore it. Y'all, some people are like that. They like to look in their text message, see your text, and leave you on read status. I bet they can't do that anymore. Where's the text? I'll wait. Y'all, where's the phone call that they waiting on? Where's the call coming from you that they can look at and not answer in their phone? It's not, though. You know what I mean? Because this is not that. We're on a whole new time wave, and you're not even dealing in that type of energy. And now that they're feeling it and feeling your absence, they don't even know what to do, because you're no longer showing up in their lives, and they feel it. And again, because when people are left alone with their thoughts, they have nothing to do but think about what they did to you and how they hurt you and betrayed you. And honestly, family, a lot of people won't admit this. You know what I mean? Everybody is different. Some people, they come back, they say they're sorry. Others never return. You know what I mean? Some people you never hear from again. Others move on and act as if they're so happy. Some do come back and apologize, but a lot of people just don't. You know what I mean? Because they don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. So they just sit with the pain. And let me be very clear. Just because they don't admit it doesn't mean they're not feeling it, yo. Just because they don't admit it doesn't mean that they don't realize that they hurt you, because they know what they did. They know that they betrayed you. And for whatever reason, whether it's ego, pride, fear, I don't know, who knows, but for whatever reason, they stay silent. They stay silent. They won't even say anything. They just move on and live with the fact that they did you wrong forever. You know what I mean? They live with the guilt. And that's just what they do. But that doesn't mean that they're healed. A lot of times, just because people are silent doesn't mean that they are healed. They're just carrying that weight. Man, yo, like I say all the time, you are the sun. And who doesn't want to be close to the sun? Who? If you were not you, wouldn't you want to be with you? Listen, let me ask you again. Let moment of silence for the real ones. If you were not you, wouldn't you want to be with you? You are so wonderful, yo. So I don't know why we get this sense of thought that when people leave our lives and hurt us and betray us, that they just get to move on into the sunset and live happily ever after. We truly think that people just move on with other people and forget all about us. Where that's not how that goes. And that's not the case. These people betrayed you, and they're hurting as a result of it. And truth be told, they brought that back on themselves. They brought that karma to themselves, because what you put out is what you get back. And now they're living in lack, wondering what's going on, wondering why things aren't working out, looking in their phone. Their phone is dry because ain't nobody calling them or texting them. They're not getting the energy that they were getting from you, and they're trying to figure out why. But the reality is, it's because of what they did to you, the betrayal that they caused you, the things that they spoke over you, the things that they did to you. And they wonder why life is not working out for them. Like I said earlier, people are not dumb. So they can act all day if they don't know what's going on, but they know what it is. And family, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, But just because a person can't recover, that has nothing to do with you. That has absolutely nothing to do with you. You don't have to re-engage. You don't have to open a door. You don't have to make these people feel better. You don't have to heal them. You just have to be you. You don't have to. For what? It's not your responsibility. These people are not your children. These people are not your kids. No, no, and no is a complete sentence. You don't have to. And like I said earlier, people will try maybe to come back and say, I'm sorry. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll move on. They'll do whatever they have to do. But at the end of the day, you don't have to do anything but move forward, because I'm telling you, your life is working out for you. And if you feel like it's not, it's going to. Everything happens for a reason, yo. And every time in my life, when I feel like things are falling apart, I learn that things are falling together. They're never falling apart. They're always falling together. And as for these people, oh, please, they'll never forget what they did to you. They'll never forget how good, loving, and kind you were to them. I'm telling you, they won't. So in conclusion, family, these folks betrayed you. They betrayed you. And they really thought that they could move on and live in happiness and bliss. They thought that, y'all, they thought that they can go out here and meet another you. Where? They really thought that there was someone else that was similar to you, but there's no prototype. They're sitting here with their thoughts going back and forth, going back and forth in their minds about how they hurt you. Because like I said earlier, people are not stupid, and people know exactly what they did to you. And they did not know your value until they realized your absence, and they're feeling it now, family. And again, it's not that people just don't necessarily care. A lot of people don't know how to apologize because their pride and ego won't let them. But at the end of the day, they're watching you, seeing how you're moving, how you bossed up, how you got better, how you're doing better. And it hurts them, family, because they bet wrong. And they probably can't make their way back to you anyway, even if they tried. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, you are the sun. You got to move like that. You got to have the type of energy that says, I love myself. You know what I mean? That I believe in myself. And one person is not going to take me down through there where, no, they're not, yo. They betrayed themselves, because when they came up and spoke on you, they ruined their own lives and messed things up within their own systems. And they betrayed you. But like I said earlier, they betrayed themselves. And that's on everything. Stay inspired. I want to thank you so much for watching my content. I started my YouTube journey just to share the many lessons that I learned along the way in life, in love, and business. And it is such an honor to know that my videos are inspiring, motivating, and making a difference in many lives. If you haven't already, I'm asking you, please subscribe to my page. More great things to come. Thank you so much. Stay inspired. I know that this might be hard for you to believe, but somebody is in a lot of pain over you right now. Real talk. And I wanted to make this video because sometimes we think that people can hurt us or do us dirty and just move on as if everything's okay. But that's not the case for a lot of people. So a lot of these people are out here in way more pain than they would ever admit. And you know what the crazy part is? They are literally out here trying to move forward, out here trying to move on with their lives, yo, out here trying to act as if everything's okay. But that's not always the case, family. And I wanted to make this video just to let you know that at the end of the day, people don't always just get away with doing you wrong and walk off into the sunset and their lives be amazing and perfect. Nah, you left a mark in these individuals' lives, the person that you are, what you bring to the table, the things that you do, your mere essence, yo. You came into these people's lives. You made them great again, and they are feeling it, and they're in a lot of pain over you. And here's why. They did not expect to lose you for real. I'm telling you, they didn't. They didn't expect to lose you for real. In their minds, they in their phone just waiting on the text. They're waiting on a phone call because they know that's how you always showed up in their lives. They just know, okay, I can move forward. I can act as if everything's cool. I could give it a few days and I'll be right back. But this time was a little different though. There wasn't give you a few days and they'll be right back. Nah, you were done because you got to that point where you were like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. No, you got to that point where you realize no is a complete sentence. It doesn't take any word to precede it. It doesn't take anything to come after it. No is a complete sentence, yo, and you're simply saying no. No, I don't want to do this anymore. No, I don't have to do this anymore. And no, I don't got to deal with the foolishness. So now they're looking at their phones. No call from you. They're looking at their text, no text from you, because that's what they always expected. But you're no longer showing up like that. And it doesn't feel good to them. As a matter of fact, it feels different. but it feels good to you. And yeah, it hurts. You're human. You know what I mean? We all have feelings. It's a human experience, but you'd rather heal and go through the tough times than to continue to be in a situation like that was going nowhere fast, taking you nowhere fast. So these individuals knew, and they could just feel it, and they saw it, and they're like, yo, this person no longer is dealing with me on that level, because part of them wanted you to continue to forgive them, to keep showing up, to keep loving them, and to keep, man, letting them walk all over you. But you weren't doing it anymore because you didn't have to, because you stopped over explaining. You stopped continuing and continuing and continuing to talk about it, y'all. You stopped all of it. And now they're dealing with something they never dealt with before, and that's your absence. That literally is your absence. That's what they're feeling. They're trying to figure out what's going on with you, but the reality is they're feeling your absence. This is what it feels like when you do a good person wrong. This is what that feels like, yo. And they never saw it coming. But this is what it feels like when you continue to do somebody wrong to no avail, and all of a sudden think that they're just going to stay and stay and stay because maybe you've done it before, but you're not doing it anymore. So now they're feeling your absence. And it is literally the loudest voice they've ever heard. It is literally the loudest noise in the room, yo. They cannot even deal with the fact that you are no longer there. These people are in pain over you. They're in pain over you, but their egos won't even let them admit it. Their egos will not let them admit it, because when they were on their high horse and treating you all type of ways, oh, they was cool with it. They was cool with the back and forth. They was cool with thinking that they were superior to you, because a lot of times, family, people really think that they are superior. They really think that they are better than you, yo. And now all of a sudden that you removed your energy, that you kept moving forward, that you detached, now all of a sudden they're looking for it. They are literally looking for that energy, because here's the thing, family, and this is what we forget. People out there are not like you. I promise you, y'all ever been outside? Any one of y'all ever been outside? People outside are nothing like you, man. I'm telling you what I know. And so now your little friend, your ex, whoever, went out there thinking that they can find another you. Wait, where is he? Where is the prototype? Like, yo, they could not find what they were looking for, and they tried so hard. So now their ego won't even allow them to come back in your life. Their ego, it won't. Their ego won't even allow them to say, "Oh man, I miss you," or "I've been thinking about you," or "I'm wondering if we can blah blah blah." Man, please. They're worrying about being rejected, because a part of them knows deep in their heart that you're done. Real talk. A part of them knows if they approach you that you might not take them back. They are so afraid to feel rejected. They're so afraid to be treated the way they've treated people. Real talk. Taking it a step further, you know what I mean? They're so afraid of that because they know deep in their heart that what they did was wrong. And that's the crazy part, because instead of fixing a situation, instead of making it better, they just fall back in silence. They do nothing. They don't even fight for it, yo. They just sit back and do nothing, all because their ego won't allow it. And that's so crazy to me, because it's like, yo, we're all human. We all make mistakes. But why can't people take accountability for the mistakes that they made? Why don't people take accountability for who they are? A lot of them don't, though. So they rather just sit in silence and allow their ego to take over, knowing good and well that they want to fix things with you, but they just don't know how. And another reason these people are in pain over you, family, is because the reality is they feel your detachment. You see, people don't talk about this a lot because energy doesn't lie. Real talk. These people feel that you have detached. They feel it. The room is empty, y'all. The silence is deafening. It's something in the air. They know that you're not who you used to be. They know that you're not giving them a chance like you once were giving them a chance. They know it though, because they feel it. Yo, it's not the same. They know that you're no longer easily accessible. They know that they can't pick up the phone to call you. They can't ask you for anything. You know what I mean? Like what? These people already know it, but they were on their high horse so bad. They just knew that they were going to find someone that was so much better than you. They just knew that they were going to go outside. Man, please. A lot of these folks thought the grass was greener, but all the while they could fertilize their own grass, but they didn't even want to do that. They didn't even want to do that though. So now they see that you are no longer reacting to them emotionally. You are no longer reacting to them emotionally. They can say whatever they want and do whatever they want. You have no response. Dead silence. I'll wait. You're so calm. You're like they can do whatever they want. You're so calm because you're done, yo. And it's something about being done. Like when you're done, like when you are truly done, you don't even have the energy to waste, yo. Blame it on me. You at that point, blame it on me. I don't care. Say what you want about me. I don't care. You literally don't care. And you've moved on with your own life too. You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily mean you moved on to a new relationship, but every day when you overcome and overcome and overcome, you 100% become somebody new. And you have overcome these people. You have outgrown these people. And you're no longer dealing with these patterns and dealing with these behaviors because you don't have to. You never did. And even though you haven't even said a word, they 100% feel your shift, yo. You haven't said anything. Like nothing. You're giving nothing. You're giving dot energy. No response, like nothing, no response, nothing. And they could still feel the shift in the air, yo. They could still feel that your energy is different because they know what it is. You're done. And you've reached your emotional cutoff. You are no longer expending energy to a situation that is no longer serving you. It is doing nothing for you. They come in there in your life and then what? Wreak havoc. They come in your life and what? Are they making it better or are they making it worse? You're done dealing with that, yo. And they are in so much pain over you right now because they never thought that you would detach from them. I promise you. They were so used to the way that you were showing up in their lives and so used to the dynamic that they can't even believe that you move forward in your own life. And so now they're replaying everything in their minds because that's what happens when people lose access to you. They start feeling nostalgic. They start replaying all the things over and over in their minds and going back to the times where they took you for granted and going back to the times where they could have done right by you, man, and going back to the times where they could have chosen you and prioritized you. But they didn't though. Yo, like I'm telling you what I know. She out here with him. She got a new him. Man, please make it make sense. She got a new him. And she really thought that he would be you. Where, yo? Like, and even for you ladies, he's out here with a new her, but she's not you though. So these individuals get out here and they start to remember every single thing that they did to you that was wrong. And suddenly they feel it. And suddenly they feel the shift. And suddenly they feel like you're gone. And suddenly they realize that you're done. But also, they feel like you're irreplaceable. They feel like they can't match your energy. Your energy is unmatched. The things you were doing for these people and with these people, yo, who you were, your mere essence, like I said earlier, they cannot find it and they're looking for it so bad. Y'all, these people miss being in your orbit so bad. They miss being in your lives so bad and they can't even admit it, but they're feeling it today. They are 100% feeling it today because they don't make them like you anymore. Where? Because now they're being haunted by the version of you that they did not appreciate. And they got to sit with themselves and think, man, I can't believe I did that person wrong. And I'm telling you, y'all, I truly believe that when a person does wrong, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, your chakras, but I truly believe that when a person does you wrong, God gives them nothing but time to think about the wrong that they've done. And that's the ultimate curse, yo. These people have the ultimate curse because they got to sit and think about what they did to you. Meanwhile, everything is good on your side of the fence. Meanwhile, you've moved on. Meanwhile, looking better than ever. Some of y'all done bossed up, lost weight, increased your income. Yo, listen, extended your lives, not dealing with these people stressing you out and stealing your soul. Like you are out here doing greater and wonderful and beautiful things, and you are out here evolving. And they know it though. And they're so sad because they can't be a part of it. So they're in so much pain over you because they can't be a part of the new life that you are creating. But here's the reality, and this is really where the pain comes in for them. This is why they're feeling the pain, because they don't know if they can get you back. They don't. This is not that season where you was texting them a million times. This is not that. This is not that. This is not where you called them 50 times a day just to see how they was doing. This is not that. So they feel it in their spirit like, yo, I don't even know if I can get this person back. And now they are living in uncertainty because before, again, they could pick up the phone and call you. Before, they can talk to you whenever they get ready. Not today. Not in this season. In this season, you're doing things differently. They've lost the access to you. Do you know how they feel? Like think about it. If you had someone in your life like you, always wonderful, beautiful, kind, nice, and nurturing, y'all. Checking in on these folks, seeing how their day's going. How was your lunch? This, that, and the third. And you're doing all this for people, and automatically the energy's gone. And not just gone, it stays gone. Do you know how they feel? Empty, uncertain, frustrated, like they bet wrong, yo. They went out here and went for the outside, and there's nothing outside, so now they want to come inside, but they ain't no inside. Like these people bet wrong 100% all the way. So this is how they're feeling. They're in so much pain over you right now because they're literally mad at themselves and the decisions that they made as it pertains to you, because they don't know if they can get you back, because they don't know if you even care anymore. They don't even know if you want to talk to them anymore. They don't know if you want to see them. They are literally living in uncertainty because they have no idea. All they know is that the access is gone. You pulled that away 100%. But here's what I want you to understand. Just because they're in pain does not mean you have to respond. I know it hurts, right? Like, I get it. It's the human experience. We love what we love. We love who we love. But here's the thing. Unless a person comes to you and you feel it in your spirit, you done prayed about it, you did whatever you needed to do. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. You know what I mean? Like if a person is not coming back to you changed, if a person is not coming to you, sounding new, being new, if you're not seeing evidence in their lives that they have made a change, they're probably the same person that they always have been. So you don't have to respond and take them back all because they're in pain over you. Maybe they should be in pain over you. And I'm not even trying to be mean, but now they know what you felt like all this time being with them, how they took you down through there, stressed you out, tap danced all on your heart, played in your face and snaked you out. Maybe now they know what it feels like. And it doesn't feel good, like I said before. It's a saying that they say, it ain't that fun when the rabbit got the gun. And these people are truly feeling it and they're seeing it. It ain't that fun when the rabbit got the gun, because now they lost you and they don't even know how to make their way back. Because for you, you may not even want to take them back, not as a friend, not as anything. Because you learned a lot of lessons in dealing with these people. You did. You learned a lot of lessons. And just because they feel your loss doesn't mean you should forget your lesson. No, you learned a lot. You've been through a lot with these people. It made you better, stronger. You're not repeating the same mistakes. You are a better individual. Thanks. Thank y'all. But no, you're moving forward. So I'm sorry that they're in pain. I'm sorry they're feeling what they're feeling. But if they have not changed, you do not need to move forward in taking these individuals back in your life. So in conclusion, while you out here focused on yourself, out here winning, out here building your life, yo, out here doing the things that you need to do, trust and know that there's somebody out here in a lot of pain over you. Trust and know that there's someone out here thinking of you. And trust and know that if they could turn back the hands of time, they 100% would. But they feel like they done ran out of time. They feel like there's nothing they can do to get you back. And they are, in a lot of ways, uncertain on how to even approach you because they never seen you this strong. They've never seen you bossed up like this. And you yourself are proud of you. And I'm telling you, and like I said all the time, if you were not you, wouldn't you want to be with you? Like think about it. Why would these people not want to be with you? Yo, nobody's perfect. We all have things that we need to work on, behaviors, areas in our lives that we need to work on. But truth be told, if you were not you, wouldn't you want to be with you? And this is how you should feel about yourself when you're out here living in this life with different people. This is how you should feel about yourself when you're dealing with folks on low vibration that try to make you feel like they're superior to you, but they're not though. They never were and they never will be. So now that you've been separated from these folks, they're feeling your absence. They feel the pain. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know what to do. Their ego won't allow, but all they know is that they have a sense of uncertainty because they realize outside is not inside. Them outside folks are nothing like you. And they lost the biggest blessing that they probably had in this lifetime. And they're feeling it. So now they're thinking about you, missing you, wishing they had that connection, but they no longer have access to you. And that is what hurts them the most. There's no way to control you. There's no way to get you to do what they want you to do. There's no way to negatively influence you. You're past all that and you're done with all that. And you moved on in your life. And they're not feeling the pain that you once felt. And that has nothing to do with you. So in conclusion, they're feeling a lot of pain. They're feeling a lot of pain over you and they don't want to admit it. But it's continuing to bother them. to eat and eat and eat and eat at their thoughts, yo. They're going back and forth in their mind because they don't know what to do. But all you have to do is continue to win, because that's the type of person you are, and that's the type of time that you're on. Stay inspired. I want to thank you so much for watching my content. I started my YouTube page to share the many lessons that I learned along the way, and I hope my videos are resonating with you, providing you peace in a time of discomfort, and just overall resonating. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Peace and blessings to you. Stay inspired. So now all of a sudden they're ignoring you, being mean to you, disrespecting you, not honoring you, not answering your phone. They literally see you calling them. They looking at their phone, they want to ignore it. Man, please. And this is what people do when they call themselves giving you the silent treatment. This is what they do because they want control over you. They want to act as if they're superior to you. They want to act as if they're superior to you, as if they're more important. But the reality is, in this season, you were good. You accepted the silent treatment. You gave them exactly what they wanted, and you gave them exactly what they asked for, but they were not ready for that. And now they're confused because they just knew you were going to panic. They just knew that you would be stressed out and concerned and wondering what happened. But nah, not today. You know what I mean? Not any day. You did not concern yourself with their foolishness. You gave them exactly what they asked for, and now they're confused. And the reality is, sometimes, family, the silent treatment is usually about control. These people don't go silent because they want peace. These people don't go silent because they're just so mature and better than you. Absolutely not. They literally go silent because they want control all day. Because the reality is they're trying to hurt you. They want you to feel rejected. I'm telling you what I know. They want you to feel rejected. They want you to blow their phone up. They're looking at their phone because they just know you're going to call so they can ignore it. You know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that people do. They want you to feel like you need to chase them. They want you to chase them so bad. Man, please, where? Again, where is the chase? Where is the chase? They're sitting here playing these games, and they're playing all by themselves because you're not chasing them. You're not blowing their phone up. You're not calling them. You're not even concerning yourself with their foolishness because you know how they roll. Because in their minds, they just thought that you would overthink things. They just knew that you would look for their validation, but you didn't give it to them. They are so confused now because they're sitting there all alone by themselves, wishing and hoping that you would reach out, because the reality is they wanted a reaction out of you oh so bad, and they did not get one. And I truly believe, family, that these people wanted an old version of you because maybe in the past you called them 100 times. Maybe if they ignored you before, you called and you apologized and you were so sorry, and let's make things work and let's see how we could do this different. Listen, you're not doing that today. They were waiting for you to reach out to them first. They were waiting for you to over-explain yourself. They were waiting on so many things that you did not give them because you did not have to. For what? Because you're not in that season where you're trying to fix everything, where you are being the one fixing everything for these people, making everything better for these people, making these people's lives great again. Absolutely not. You're not doing that. You stay calm. Y'all, you stayed calm. They were not, let me get close when I say this, they were not ready for that. When you got calm, they were not ready for that because they're so used to you reacting. They're so used to doing things differently. They're so used to seeing you do things in a way that they just knew. Yo, these people were betting and banking on the fact that you were going to hit them up. They were betting and banking on the fact that you was going to pop up on them, that you was going to tell them you're sorry. Where? Again, moment of silence. Because I want you to see who you are and understand that you are learning your worth, that you are getting stronger, right? Better and better. And as you overcome and overcome, you become somebody new. And you, my friend, are becoming somebody new. You're not giving these people no reaction. You've been so calm, and they're not ready for it because they didn't see it coming. So you honor their silent treatment. Nah, they wasn't ready for that, because had they known you would have honored their silent treatment, they probably wouldn't have gone silent. Because in this season, you're not playing any more games. And you don't fear their distance. You don't care. Yo, listen, the silent treatment stopped working the minute they realized that you no longer are afraid of the distance. You're not afraid of them leaving. You're not afraid of losing them. You're not concerned with what if, what if, what if. No, you want to be better and happy. And you know you deserve more. You don't need the chaotic toxicity that these folks are bringing in your life. Where? What are you going to do with it? It's not helping you move the needle forward. It's not taking you to a better position or a better place. Absolutely not. So now their silent treatment is backfiring because you're not even impacted and you're slightly unbothered. And there's something about it, family, when you don't react. There's something about not reacting, yo. There's something about keeping quiet and holding your peace that makes people uncomfortable. And so when these people gave you the silent treatment, now they're sitting back looking bewildered, confused, perplexed. You know what I mean? They don't even know what to do with it because you're giving them time to think, yo. You are literally giving them time to think about the foolishness that they're on. You're giving them time for them to look and see it themselves like, yo, why am I acting this way, right? They don't want to admit it because their ego's so big, but you're giving them time to realize how wrong they are. So now that you stop reacting, they got to sit with their behavior, sit with their ego, sit with their own manipulation and see that maybe they're the ones in the wrong. And I know, family, sometimes when you're in the moment, you want to react, right? Because we're human, it's the human experience. But in this moment, you didn't react and you saw the difference. And truth be told, these people thought your self-worth was less than it was. They literally thought that your self-worth was less than it was because this is why they were trying to play these games. This is why they were trying to play emotional games with you, family. You got to peep it for what it is. And this is why they use these emotional tactics, because in their mind, it's going to work on you. In their mind, they're going to get what they want out of you. They're going to exert their dominance and make you feel like they're the truth. Man, please, yo, these folk, I'm telling you, a lot of these women out here, a lot of these men out here like to play these type of games so that they can feel good about themselves by trying to hurt you. But it's not working because you honored their silent treatment. They really thought that you were going to be oh so sad, depressed, lose weight, gain weight, whatever the case is. They thought that it was going to impact you and hurt you in such a terrible manner, but it did not, though. Not this time, yo. For what? Because they thought that you were going to accept their disrespect. They thought that you were going to continue to prioritize themselves over yourself. No, you're not. And family, you're becoming very emotionally secure. Very emotionally secure. And I guess it's because of all the things you've been through. When things happen to you repeatedly over and over again, you just naturally build up thick skin. You know what I'm saying? Naturally get stronger. And these people didn't take that into account. Because the silent treatment mostly only impacts people that fear that abandonment, but you don't though. What are you fearing? What are you afraid of? You know what I mean? What are you losing? Nothing, yo. And to be quite honest, you're the catch. You're the one. Like, they need you more than you will ever need them. Tell me I'm lying. So a lot of these people want to make you feel like you're not the thing, but you 100% are. A lot of these people got you out here feeling like you're not the chosen one, but you 100% are. They got you out here feeling like you're a chicken, but you a whole eagle with wings that can fly, right? And so when they keep you down for so long, they think that you're going to stay there. Or maybe they met you when you were down. Man, please run it back. Yo, we about to do a whole 360 degrees. These folks do not understand who you truly are, but you do. Because you came to that season where you're like, man, this is me. I'm the one. Like, no, people no longer get to treat you in a manner that you do not want to treat yourself. They don't get to disrespect you. They don't get to play in your face. And real talk, that silent treatment is so whack, because what if it's a situation where you need them? What if it's a situation where it's an emergency? You got to pick up the phone to call them, or you need something for them. But they're out here playing games, playing around on your life, tap dancing on your heart. Man, look, no, they're not going to do that anymore. So you honor their silent treatment. You left them bewildered, and now they're confused because they thought you was out here being weak. Man, please, no way. They thought you were out here being emotionally insecure. Where? They thought that you needed them so bad. But they were so sadly mistaken. Because here's how it backfired on them. Here's how it backfired. That silence that they gave you, man, please, it brought you peace. Some of y'all felt relieved not talking to these folks. You felt good just having a few hours or a few days. Yo, just some time to think without these people clouding your mind, coming and crawling in your life. Yo, you needed the time, man. And they didn't see that because they saw it as, oh, I'm going to hurt this person. I'm going to hurt you. Nah, they didn't hurt you. They helped you because you like the clarity. You like the time that you had. And sometimes, family, when we're so wrapped up in our emotions, we can't see the forest from the trees. When we're so wrapped up in our feelings. But when time passes, though, when a little bit of time passes and we sit in that discomfort, and when things are a bit uncomfortable for us, man, after a while, when we start breaking these habits of being ourselves, and we start breaking these habits of unconscious acting and reacting and foolishness, man, we start to feel better. Things get more clear. You can hear better. You know what I mean? You have peace, yo. These people are the ones thinking that you're not bringing them peace. No, they're the ones not bringing you peace. Make it make sense. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. Where is the lie, yo? These folk are out here really thinking that you the problem. But it's them, though. And that's the thing. A lot of people are like that. They bring chaos. Y'all ever had a female, right, or a dude tell you, yeah, I don't like drama? They be the main ones that bring it. They literally tell you that they don't like drama, but yet and still they're the ones that bring it. So no, you like the clarity, you like the quietness, and you like the peace that you're getting with these people not boggling your mind down with foolishness. And the truth is, this is where the shift is happening. This is where the shift is happening because these people are now feeling your disconnect. They literally feel the shift. They feel the detachment. They feel how you've disconnected. And oh, have the tables turned. Oh, have the tables turned. They never saw it coming because you were always the nice one, the laid back one, the kind one. You know what I mean? The one that just ran with it. No, 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 and no. And so now they're feeling the shift. They're feeling the detachment. And they did not see it coming. Because here's the reality. Now they're thinking to themselves, wait, why isn't this person chasing me? They're looking in their phone. No call from you. They're looking in their text. No text from you. Yo, really, they're looking all around and they're not seeing it. They're not seeing any evidence in their lives that you're chasing them, yo. They're not seeing it in their phones. They're not seeing it in their waking lives. They're not seeing you chase them on social media. These folk, it backfired on them so royally, yo. They really, really, really thought that they could continue to have access to you after they're the ones that gave you silent treatment. No, they thought that they could just crawl back into your day. Absolutely not, y'all. So it backfired on them. And what they don't like is you seem perfectly fine. People don't like that, y'all. People want to sit here and disrupt your day, make you frustrated, make you angry so that they can feel like they won. But what they don't like is the fact that you're unbothered. They don't like that you're not blowing them up. You're not upset. No, they don't like that because they wanted to disturb you. They wanted to disrupt you. And the whole point of their silent treatment was to get you frazzled. You know what I mean? And it didn't happen. And now all of a sudden, that same silence that they created starts affecting them. Now look, and suddenly they look and they realize that they're the one impacted. And suddenly they see and they understand that it's backfiring on them and it didn't work on you because you out here winning. Man, please, like I said earlier, a lot of times we are out here moving like and acting like we're common, but there's absolutely nothing common about you. Where? Tell me where. Where's the prototype? Where's the person out here that's just like you? There is nobody though. So now they're realizing this and it's backfiring on them and it doesn't feel good. So now something in their mind is telling them that you're being cold. Man, yeah, I promise y'all, these folks, now they thinking that you the one in the wrong, that you're the one being mean. No, you're not cold. You're just detached. They need to not mix the two up. You're detached. You're not cold because you're not playing these games anymore. You don't have to. No, for what? Because you realize you don't have to fight for bare minimum effort. You don't have to deal with people that are not engaging in your life the way that they need to. And you certainly don't have to play these games with folk that are grown and a big age, playing silent games. You know what I mean? Like, you are a big age. Who has time to play with folks when you don't want to play? Yo, the only game that you need to be playing is how to become a millionaire. You don't got time to play these games with these people. For what? So now they're feeling away all because you detached when they literally started it. They literally put you in a position for you to have to make the decision to protect your peace and protect yourself. So thank you. They did you a favor. Thank you. Thank you. Because you don't have to deal with it and you realized it. You honored their silent treatment and they didn't even see it coming. So in conclusion, family, the moment you stop reacting, there was an energy shift. The moment that they realized that you were no longer engaging in foolishness, there was an energy shift. And they feel it. They all feel it, yo. Because one thing about energy is energy doesn't lie. And you stopped engaging with these individuals because you knew your worth and your power. I think they forgot who you are. I think that they think that you are just going to sit there and continue to allow them to show up in a way that you don't like. I think they thought that you was going to play for, man, no, where? Man, you a whole boss out here. Some of y'all are whole kings and queens out here moving like you're not. And that's what happens when we deal in spaces with low vibrational people. That's what happened. That's what happens when we deal with people that are immature and really don't know who they are. Absolutely not. So you honor their silent treatment. They didn't see it coming because they thought that you were going to continue to play these games with them over and over and over. But little did they know. So let these people be silent. Listen, let these people play these games that they always been playing. Let them sit here and do this all on their own because you don't have to deal with it. You realize you don't have to deal with it. You never had to deal with it because at the end of the day, a lot of times, family, they need you more than you will ever need them. Let them have their silent treatment. Honor it. Let them be. And you continue to do the things that you need to do. And I guarantee they'll be coming back because they realize the energy was cut. You're no longer playing games with them. And they can do what they want with their lives because what you're doing is focused on yours and managing your own. And that's on everything. Stay inspired. I want to thank you so much for watching my content. I started my YouTube channel to share the many lessons I learned along the way, and I appreciate you so much. All of the love that you show, I love everything about it, and I want to thank you for being who you are. I hope that you please subscribe to my page and more good things to come. Stay inspired. Do they miss you? Do they miss you? We be sitting here asking ourselves these questions as if we are not the thing. And I'm not even trying to be arrogant, but of course they miss you. What else are they going to do? When you came in these people's lives, you changed the game. I'm telling you, you changed the trajectory of their lives. So now all of a sudden, they're waiting for you to reach out. They are literally sitting and waiting for you to reach out because they're so used to your energy. But now it's gone. Now the energy's gone. They're waiting for you to reach out, and you haven't, though. And I want to give you 5 signs that a person is still missing you but won't admit it, because this is the reality, family, especially for you. If you've been thinking about somebody, wondering if they miss you, wondering if they're thinking about you, of course they are, man. Wondering if they're considering you, yo, of course they are. And I want to beat that into the ground because I need you to know, of course they are. You're not just a regular person. You're not just a person that just comes in and out of people's lives and don't make a difference. You're not the person that's easily forgettable. Absolutely not. You leave a mark. Matter of fact, you leave a mark everywhere you go. So when these people move on and act as if they could care less, when these people move on as if you didn't matter, that's all cap most cases. Because at the end of the day, they'll never find another you. But you got to sit here and stress yourself out wondering if a person is thinking about you, if you're on their minds, if they're considering you. Of course they are. And just because a person is silent doesn't mean they don't have any feelings. Just because a person is sitting in all their arrogance, right, like they just the truth, does not mean that they do not miss you. And here's why. They want to stay in your orbit so bad. They want to stay in your orbit so bad. So they're trying to think of little ways to stay connected. Because truth be told, you are the sun, and who doesn't want to be close to the sun? Think about it. Who doesn't want to be in your orbit, yo? Why? You are fun. Everything about you is amazing. You feel good to be around. Your energy is amazing, yo. These people step into your anointing and mistake it for their own. They step into your anointing thinking it's them. Nah, man, you're the truth and the gift the whole time. So they're trying to think of subtle ways to stay in your hemisphere. But they might not text you directly, but they look it in their phones, wishing and hoping you would hit. I'm telling you, look it in their phones so that you can call them so that they can try to see if they want to answer it or not. They want to feel that validation from you because you used to give it. They want to feel that energy coming from you because you used to make them feel important. And family, I'm telling you right now, there's nobody out here making those people feel like that anymore. Those people do not feel important like they used to when you were in their lives. So they're sitting out here wishing and hoping that they can get some strength from you. I promise you, because you were the generator and they were the plug. And they plugged up into you and just powered you down, stole all your energy. Now all of a sudden they're not powered to you anymore. They're not connected and they're slowly dwindling in energy. I'm telling you what I know. And I know it sounds crazy, but you think that these people have moved on. They're probably on your social media right now. Look, as I'm speaking right now, they're on your social media trying to figure out what you're doing because you left them on read status. And it's not even to be mean. You just didn't have the time for it no more, yo. You're not connected in that way. You gave them a chance. You did everything that you can do over and over. You've forgiven these people 1,000,000 times to no avail. And so you were done with the situation. So now they're watching your stories, watching you all on social media, trying to figure out what you're doing with your life, trying to figure out what you got going on. Meanwhile, you're good. So they're watching your stories. They're sitting here liking your post or not. You know what I mean? Wishing and, oh, let me not hit the like button. Oh, I don't need them to know I'm looking at that stuff. I'm telling you what people do, yo. They're out here trying to connect with your family, connect with your friends, real quiet, because their ego won't even let them come and tell you they're sorry. Their ego won't even let them come and tell you that they were wrong and that they bet wrong. A lot of times, family, people go out here thinking that they are superior to you and that there's 1,000 yous for every one of them. Where? Where are the 1,000 yous? She went out here. Did she find you? No, I'll wait. Where? You know what I mean? It doesn't go that way. He went out here. Where is the prototype? There is none. You know what I mean? So these people want to reach out so bad, and they're waiting for you to reach out to them because in their mind, you've done it in the past. In their mind, you've reached out to them. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, a little time has passed. You know what I'm saying? Things have cooled down. So of course you're going to reach out to them. They are sadly mistaken. You have not. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're mean. It just means that you're not on that type of time anymore, that you're not playing those games anymore. You're not doing that anymore. You gave these people your time, your energy, your effort, and you're no longer playing those games. You took your ball and you left. You know what I mean? You took your ball and you left the park. And now they all left waiting. Who gonna play with them? Not you. You're not playing any games with these people, period. So when I tell you that they're watching you from a distance, from afar, it is because they want to stay in your orbit so bad, because staying connected to you feels like everything. They miss you so much, but they won't admit it. They miss you so much, but they won't admit it, yo, because at the end of the day, they did not fully let you go. They didn't fully let you go, yo. Everything that you do is a reminder. Everything that they do is a reminder of what you've done for them in their lives. Every single thing that you've done for them is a reminder. Everywhere they go, they think of you. Everything that they got, yo, some of y'all was buying these folks clothes. Everything they put on is a reminder of you. All the fun times, the good things in their life that they do is a reminder of you and a reflection and a blueprint of you. So they did not fully let you go, but they don't want to though. They don't want to. They thought that they can go out here and be outside. Y'all, they wanted to be outside so bad. Listen, and so you let them. You were good. You let them go right outside. So now they outside. Where? Doing what? Man, please, nothing with no one. No one. Because there is nobody like you. So now they out there thinking that they are the truth. Whole time their mind has stayed on you. Whole time they're missing you. Because again, where is the prototype? There is no prototype. And sometimes, family, people get so caught up in their own self-awareness, so caught up in their own selfishness, so caught up in their own lives that they forget that they have a blessing, and that blessing's in you. They forgot that they had the blessing the whole time. They out here searching and looking for the thing that they already had. Searching and looking for the person and the blessing that they already had in you. So now what? Now what? Now, you think these people blocked you? Listen, maybe in the beginning because they was on their high horse. I bet if you called them today, the call would go through. Y'all think I'd be playing games. I bet if you called these people, that call would go through. They'd be looking at their phone. Oh, hey, how you do? You know what I'm saying? Because this is the type of time they're on, waiting for you. They want you to reach out to them so bad because they need to feel connected. They need to feel good about themselves. They need to feel like you are still in their lives because they did not fully let you go, even though they thought that they did. They did not fully let you go, even though they wanted to so bad. Where did they let you go? If they let you go, they wouldn't be concerned with you. If they let you go, they wouldn't be considering what you're doing or where are you. Man, please, these people wanted to remove you from their lives so bad. And then what? And then they went out here, right, and met versions of themselves. They went out here and met versions of themselves, and that karma hit different. That karma hit real different. And now they realize what it was like when you were dealing with them. They realized the stress that they brought to your life. I'm telling you, life has a funny way of working itself out, because when people are out here making moves, they're not even considering the damage that they're creating. They're not even considering the people that they're hurting in the process. So when these individuals went out here and played all these games, now they know what it feels like to deal with themselves. So they're still keeping that door open, just slightly. They're keeping that door open slightly. They looking at their phone, just wondering and hoping maybe you'll reach out. Maybe you'll hit them up. Maybe you'll call them. They're waiting on that text from you. They have not closed the door. The door is slightly kept open because they have not completely cut ties, because they're missing you so bad, but they don't want to admit it. Because people are funny in that way, man. They will have you thinking that you are not the thing, but you 100% are. But if they were so done, why are they trying to keep access to you? Because people who are done don't want access. Now they coming back. Y'all, so for some of them, it's been days, weeks, months, and you still are on their mind. They have unblocked you, for some of them who blocked and try to be that person. You know what I mean? They want to follow you slightly. They want to see what you got going on. They want to know if you still care about them. They want to know if you still love them. And y'all, like I said earlier, have left these folks on read status. You were done. When they decided that they wanted to continue to be who they were and show up in your life in a manner that you didn't like, at that point, you was like, nah, I'm good. It was something else. Y'all ever been in a situation where you just wake up one day and it changes? Like you could be doing the same thing that you don't even like that you're doing. And you just wake up one day and you make a decision and say to yourself, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I'm done playing these games. I'm done with the foolishness. I'm done with the way they're showing up in my life. And I want better for my life. And you guys got to that point. And for you, it might have took months and years. You know what I mean? But you got to that point. And they feel it, y'all, because one thing I know to be true, energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. And these people felt your energy. It's almost like you cut the cord. Man, listen, you cut the cord and it was over. You were done and through. Done and through. And they feel it. And so that's why they can't fully let you go. Because to fully let you go is to admit to themselves that they lost. Y'all, and for these narcissists out here and these folk that are so into themselves, they hate to lose, y'all. But they bet wrong. But they know that, though. They just don't want to accept it. Because you're no longer showing up in their lives in any capacity like you used to. You're not, man. And the energy is felt, yo. The silence is deafening, and your absence speaks louder than anything ever did, yo. Your absence speaks so loud to them. These people miss you, but don't even know how to go about letting you know. They want you to reach out to them so bad so they can feel good about themselves. And some of them, they reach out, but then they pull back. You know what I mean? You might get a random text message after days and weeks and months, and you're like, what? You might get something random, what you doing, or some excuse or something, because they want to feel the energy. You might get a call from a private number. Y'all ever got a call from a private number? It's probably them, yo. I'm telling you. They're playing all these games out here just so they can check in with you, just so they can feel a little bit of your energy, and then they disappear again. They want to text you, and then if you engage with them and respond, then they disappear again because they just wanted your energy. And now you got to know, family, that's how powerful you are. That is truly how powerful you are. And when I say that you are the sun, I mean that, yo. I'm not just saying it to make you feel good. I want you to be good. And I'm telling you that you are the sun. And again, who doesn't want to be close to the sun? Where? The sun is so warm. Like every time the sun is out, I want to go outside. You know what I mean? Like every time the sun comes up, I want to go outside. And this is how these people feel about you. You make them feel alive again. You make them want to be with you again. Your mere energy changed the dynamic and the course of these people's lives. But now that the energy is gone, oh, how the tables have turned. They're looking for you to reach out. They miss you so bad. They're waiting and banking on you that you're going to hit them up, that you're going to go on your phone and what you doing. You're going to hit them with the WYD. Where? They've been waiting so long, yo. Where is the text that's coming from you? There is none. And they're realizing that, family, and this is why they want to stay connected to you and they want to stay in your orbit so bad, but they don't want to feel rejected. So they want to hit you with a little text here and there, hit you with a phone call, and then disappear again. Man, you don't have time for the games. Either a person's in or out of your lives. There is no in between. They don't get to come in and play games on your face, play games in your life, tap dance all on your heart and waste your time. They don't get to do that. Not anymore, and not in this season. And these people want you to reach out to them so bad because they miss you. Because truth be told, they want to stay connected to your energy. They do. They want to stay connected to your energy because they want to know what you got going on. They being nosy because you're not talking to them. Not talking to them. They're not used to that. They've never experienced that in their lives. But they want to know what you got going on. For what? Why? They want to know who you're talking to? They want to know who you're dealing with? Man, please. I wouldn't even give them the benefit of the doubt. I wouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt because when they had you, they took you for granted. And again, we love people. We forgive people. We are good, wonderful people within ourselves. But at the end of the day, they want to know what you got going on because they want to stay connected to you. They want to feel your energy. They want to know what you're doing, who you're doing it with. They want to know so bad because, again, you are not talking to these people. Because truth be told, family, you used to give these people life. Really, truly, you used to give these people life. And now that your energy's gone, they want to know what you're up to. They haven't heard from you. You're not really posting your business out there on social media because you're not that type of person anyway. You know what I mean? They don't even, they trying to stay connected to your friends. Everyone's on hush hush. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know how things are going in your life. They want to know how things are going if you're working or if you have your own business. They want to know what's new and different in your life because they want to stay connected to you so bad. Hear me when I tell you this. You know what I mean? They want to know what you got going on so bad because you gave these people energy and you gave these people life and they're not finding it. When they went outside, they didn't find it. I've said this several times before. Outside people are not inside people. And they thought that they could find you in an outside person where these people out here are not even dealing with them. I'm telling you, family, and with all due respect, in most cases, you are the only one putting up with them, the only one loving them, the only one taking them seriously, the only one banking on that they could be more than just potential, banking on that they could actually be somebody great in their lives and in yours. You really believed in them. You gave these folk an opportunity and a chance, and they blew it, man. They blew it. They squandered the opportunity. They squandered the chance, and they blew it. So now they're wondering what you got going on because I'm telling you, they need your energy so bad. So hear me when I say this, family, and I want you to understand me loud and clear. I want you to understand me loud and clear because this is such a big deal. When you moved on, they didn't even see it coming. They never saw it coming. They never thought that you would leave, Leave emotionally, leave mentally, leave physically. They never banked on the fact that you would. And now you started doing better. Now you started moving differently in your own life. Now you started reacting to these people differently. Because now no response is your response. And it doesn't feel good to them. They don't like it. It feels foreign because in their minds, it's not you. They thought that they could go out there, cut ties with you, and then come back when they got ready. But that was not the case. Hear me when I say this. You've showed signs that you've moved on. You've showed signs that you don't need to text these folk. You don't need to be around these folk. You accepted them wanting to leave. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. You accepted that you no longer wanted to be in these people's lives and that these people wanted to move on. But oh, have the tables turned. They were not ready for that. They're waiting on you to reach out because they miss you. So they think that you're going to be the one to take action. But you're not, though. But again, you've started to do better. You're looking better physically. You get to that point in your life where, like I said earlier, you're done. And you just want different. You want to show up in life differently than you've showed up before. You want to be a new and different person. You don't want to be acting the same way that you used to act. You want to be a better version of yourself. So you start to really take care of yourself. Some of y'all is really looking good out here. Man, please. Losing weight, taking y'all's vitamins, praying, looking good, doing new things, different activities with new and different people. And these exes were not ready for it. These people, they were not ready for it. And like I said, this is a big deal because your non-reaction It's creating a reaction in them. Now they want your energy more. They're reaching out, trying to reach out more. They're stalking you more. They're looking at you behind the scenes. They're trying to follow up with what you got going on. They want to know where you are because the curiosity is taking over them, man. It's taking over them because who are you to move on from them? This is how these people feel. Who are you to not consider them? Who are you to heal from them? Who are you to not love them anymore? This is how these people feel. Because the reality is they feel your absence the most when they know that you're gone. Like I said, they feel the energy. They felt the pull and they felt like you moved forward and they feeling it so much, man. These people are waiting and banking on the fact that you're going to reach out to them, but you have not done so. And you might not do so. They're missing you so bad because, again, you are the generator and they are the plug. And they plugged up into you. But when they plugged out, they power down. You know what I mean? They don't get that access to you anymore. They don't get to be in your orbit like they used to anymore. They don't like that feeling. They want the access to you. But the access has been revoked and the access has been denied. And last but not least, they are waiting on you to make the first move. I'm serious. Even though they did all that they did, they are waiting on you. They are banking on you to make the first move. They are banking on you to be the one to reach out to them. That's what they're doing. Because in their minds, they're thinking to themselves, if so-and-so really cared about me, they'll reach out. Man, what? You gave these people so much time in your life. You cared about them for so long. And their level of arrogance is crazy. What do they mean? You know what I mean? Like what? Sometimes you be asking yourself, like, what are they thinking? Who raised these people? You know what I mean? How are they made up the way that they are? Because they're banking on you to reach out. They are waiting on you to reach out to them. They are pulling out all the stops. They're watching you behind the scenes. They're picking up their phone. They want to text you, but then they delete it. They want to call you so bad, but they can't though, because the access is different. And they're banking on you to be the one to open up your life to them again. Access has been denied to these people, but they know it and they don't want to accept it because the truth hurts. But let me be clear, y'all. Let me be clear. Just because someone misses you does not mean they've changed. And I'm telling you this from my own experience. I am 44, so I'm old enough to be y'all aunties, y'all's mamas, I'm telling you what I know. At 44 years old, y'all, okay? I am telling you that just because a person misses you, that doesn't necessarily mean they changed. You know what I mean? Sometimes people miss you for various reasons because they love being with you. They honestly made a mistake. They miss the access to you. They like the convenience of being with you. They like the ease of their life when you were in it. But that doesn't necessarily mean they've changed, right? You'll know when a person changes. You'll feel it. When people come back in your life, you'll feel and you'll know. And it's just like you have an inner knowing. You'll know if these people have changed. You'll know if they've actually changed their lives. You'll know if they're coming back with good intentions. You'll know if they're coming back with not so good intention. That whole coming in and out of your life dynamic, that's done to you. You know what I mean? You're not dealing with that anymore. You're not accepting it anymore. So you'll feel the shift and you'll know if these individuals have truly changed. And just because someone misses you doesn't mean that they're ready. It doesn't mean that they're ready for what you're ready for. It doesn't mean that they're ready to have what you have. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that. It just means they miss you. A lot of times people want to be connected to you because real talk, you the one. But listen, you the chosen one. Moment of silence for the real ones in the back to hear what I say, that you are the chosen one and you are the truth. And so when people get connected to you, they have a very hard time disconnecting, even when they didn't think that they would. Let me get closer when I say that. These people are connected to you, and they had a hard time disconnecting from you because they thought that they could leave you so easily. They really thought that they could leave you so easily and not feel anything. But what they didn't realize is that you are the sun, and who doesn't want to be close to the sun? Who doesn't want to be in your life? If you weren't you, wouldn't you want to be with you? I'll wait. I'm going to ask you again. Let me get close again. Here I go. Y'all about to see my whole face in the screen. If you weren't you, wouldn't you want to be with you? So again, these individuals bet wrong. I'm telling you what I know. What did I tell y'all? I'm 44. I'm old enough to be all y'all parents, all y'all mentors. Yo, they bet wrong. They went out here and bet wrong, and now they got to eat that cake. Not because they can't tell anyone, because they were on their high horse when they moved on, and they were oh so confident and oh so sure that they made the right decision, but they didn't though. And it doesn't feel good to them. And they can't just easily crawl back into your life where you're not even allowing it because you are a stronger version of yourself. Thank you. Thank you. This is what you tell them. Thank you. Thank you for making me better. Because a lot of these people helped you realize your value when sometimes you forgot it. Because we be dealing with low vibrational people, staying in low energy spaces for so long that we start to think that we're them. Like you a whole eagle out here, but you was rolling with chickens for so long that you thought you couldn't fly. Where, yo? You have to start loving yourself and understanding and knowing that every single thing you want is coming to you in due time. That relationship, the finances, the job, you have to believe. You have to trust and know that it's coming to you. So believe me when I tell you that they're waiting on you to reach out to them, that you're no longer blocked, that the feelings that they had of you are now replaced with feelings of nostalgia because they miss you, because they miss you so bad and they want to stay in your orbit so bad because they miss the energy that they were connected to and they didn't even realize it. But missing you is not the same as being there for you. Missing you is not the same as being good to you. And when these individuals had the opportunity, they bet wrong and they messed up. And so you revoke the access, and all they're left with are the memories of the past. And that's the sad part. So in conclusion, family, there's somebody out there thinking about you right now. There's somebody out here thinking about you right now. It could be your recent ex. It could be someone from the past. You know, you never know. But your energy is so great that they feel it. Because what happened was when you moved on and when you reclaimed your life and your energy, that was energy that you pulled back to yourself and you created a force field. And that was energy for you to heal. You look better. So y'all, people are looking at y'all and you just look more beautifully, naturally. You look more handsome, naturally. They don't know what it is, but all they know is that something's different. No, what's different is that you decided to choose you. You decided to co-create with God, the universe, your chakras. Yo, I'm not even gonna get into it, whatever you believe in. But you decided to co-create your life and show up better and different in your life. And they feel your absence. They no longer feel your presence. They feel your absence, and your absence is so powerful. They want you to reach out so bad. They miss you so bad. They wish, yo, these folks are wishing and hoping and praying that you would just give them one last chance. They're wishing and hoping and praying that you could be in their lives. But you're not, though. They're missing you so bad, but they don't even know how to come and tell you. Because the way they played it, they played their hands. The way they went about it, no, that wasn't cool. And you're not falling for the okie doke anymore. You're not fool-la-la with your life. Fool-la-la with your life. Red flags are no longer looking like Six Flags. You are done and through with these people. And that's facts. And if they want to be back in your life, they must show up as a better, different version of themselves. If they want to be back in your lives, they have to be better and different because you're better and different. Enough time has passed, y'all. Enough time has passed where you've thought about it and you've realized that you want to do something different. And again, a lot of these people are out here saying nothing. They're out here saying nothing, but that doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. That doesn't mean that they don't want a relationship with you. That doesn't mean that they don't want something. Nah, it means that their ego, their pride won't allow them. Their ego and their pride won't allow them to realize they messed up. They're missing you so bad, and I know that's hard for you to believe when you were dealing with a mean person, dealing with an arrogant person, dealing with a narcissist. I know that's hard for you to believe. I know it's hard for you to believe when a person read you your rights. I know it's hard for you to believe when they told you that they were done and through. I know that's hard. But trust me when I tell you, they looking back. In hindsight, is every bit of 2020. Hindsight is 2020. And they realize that they messed up royally. And they feel that you've detached. They feel that the energy's gone. And not only did you detach and is the energy gone, you're not even playing games. Like, you're not out here like playing all these games and going no contact to see if they respond. No, you were done. You went no contact for real. And you went no contact because you were tired of the games that they were playing, and you were tired of how they were showing up in your life, and you no longer wanted to deal with it. And they feel it, man. They're doing everything, waiting to hear from you. I'm telling you, you're unblocked. If they could just get a moment with you, if they could just get the opportunity to hear your voice and to see you in the flesh, they would love it, yo. If they could just be back in your orbit, they would want to so bad, because that's the type of person you are. That's the type of time you're on. And they miss that because they messed up and they bet wrong. They messed up and they're bet wrong, but their ego and their pride won't let them show it. So that I want to fall back and wait. Fall back and wait. But guess what? They'll be waiting for a very long time, because you, my friend, are moving onward and forward and doing amazing, great things with your life. And if they want to be back in your presence, they better do a whole 360. And that's on facts. Stay inspired. I want to thank you so much for watching my content. I started my YouTube channel just to share the many lessons I learned along the way in life, in love, in business, and all the things. And I'm so happy to see that my channel is resonating with you, that the message is getting out, and that all things are happening. Please like and subscribe to my page if you can. I would truly, truly appreciate it. Stay inspired.